Adam, when you're ready.
Yeah. Hey, Daniel.
Adam, hi.
Daniel, can we just sort of wrap up any latest team news? Junior Firth running further forward, Patrick Bamford running further forward, for example, ahead against him?
No, Junior is still training individually. We hope that he can return back to team training as soon as possible. Good news from Patrick Bamford. He joined us yesterday, the first time back in team training. Obviously, the games this week are coming a bit too soon for him after he was out for about 8 weeks. But definitely good news and a major boost also for us. Yes.
Could he actually be a bit ahead of schedule and maybe be involved in any capacity this week in terms of?
Well, once you are back in team training, you are theoretically available, but you must not forget that he was out for 8 weeks. So if there is an emergency case or something like this, so we have a special idea. Yes, he's back in team training and could be available, but for the game tomorrow, he's definitely not in my plans because just one training session. I think we have to be a bit careful.
Ethan Ampadu left the pitch limping a little bit. How well is he?
Yes, he got a knock. It's always the same when there's a quick turnaround. There are some question marks because in each and every football game there are some knocks, some bruises. Doesn't look too bad. Has improved a lot during the last 24 hours. He's Welsh, so I think he's a tough guy, or at least he should be tough because he's Welsh. So I guess he will be all right. But let's see how it develops over the next 24 hours.
But you must be reluctant to change your side a bit, Daniel, because they have performed, particularly at the weekend, so well for you.
That's right. On the other hand, we have also lots of quality and players who are also pushing anyhow. And I'm not too concerned about this turnaround right now, but we also have to keep a bit in mind the complete picture because players came back from international duties also with lots of traveling and sometimes with many minutes. And right now we have also yes, a busy week with 3 games within 6 days. So in general, I think I'm not a friend of rotating too much because this breaks and sometimes also the rhythm a little bit. But I'm always thinking about 1, 2, 3 positions. Anyhow, I think this is a healthy number, but we definitely won't change all 11 players. That's definitely right.
If you compare your time at Norwich, maybe the first season, and now, I don't mean the results particularly, Gary, but the spirit that's being created. Can you draw a comparison, and if so, how do you manage that?
I think it's a bit too early to judge it just after 1, 2, 3 weeks. So I think in general we are on a good path. I liked a lot that we were there with back-to-back clean sheets. I like a lot that we are right now 4 games unbeaten, 7 points out of the last 3 games with 2 really difficult away games at Ipswich and also at Millwall. Also like the spirit at the moment, so you could sense really a good unity, togetherness, not just within our group, but also together with all the stuff, with the whole club. And yes, I think we're on a really good path, but we also have to stay aware and awake each every day that we don't lose this momentum and also don't lose this unity and togetherness. And it's one of my tasks also to work on it, but more or less the task for all of us that we keep going as one unity, because you just can be successful in nowadays when you have a really good spirit within the club, good spirit within the group, good spirit within also the staff, and this is quite important.
You sort of referred to it as the team of the moment, maybe. Is that because you feel that there's something beginning to start now?
No, I just wanted to point out the difference between before the game would have spoken about, okay, it would be necessary to pick up some points. There's already a bit pressure that we are still in a good position. And then after the game, you feel that you're flying. So I just want to point out that I'm never too much over the moon when we are there with a good result, but also not too down when there's sometimes a setback. So that's the general nature of the championship. It's relentless, and you have to deal sometimes with setbacks. You have to deal also sometimes with lots of praise and lots of enthusiasm, and you always have to stay leveled and stay focused on what you can influence and stay focused on hard work. But at the moment, I also don't want us that we lose the momentum, and also like that the players have right now a bit easier moments in comparison to a few weeks ago. So it seems that they play right now with a bit more freedom, with a bit more confidence, and they are definitely allowed and have the permission to keep going exactly like this.
And finally, games this season, like Ipswich, like on Sunday at Millwall, where it might suit you if it's a bit more open? Do you see them coming at you?
I think it will be a different game in comparison to Millwall, because Hull is definitely also a different side from the way how they play. I rate the work of Liam New Senior there very much. I always liked his thoughts about football, his man management, and in general, I think it's a really good possession side who asks questions, especially with their quality in possession. I think against the ball we have to be unbelievably strong, but then also, to make sure that our quality with the ball and in possession still shines. A tough place again, so more or less a complicated task like each and every championship game. But we have to be ready again, and we want to go there and want to be successful as well.
Thank you. Great.
Daniel, last season, Ilan Millier and Pascal Stroit looked like what happened damaged their confidence. Obviously, they look very different right now. When you came in, did you detect any hangover in individuals, and what did you do to kind of boost confidence again?
Well, first of all, it's also quite normal that after relegation there's a bit of hangover, and not everyone is there with full confidence, and also some question marks in the head, and especially they had to deal with lots of criticism, and also once you relegate, it's also a bit deserved. You can't hide. You have to be open and self-critical and take it on the chin. I think this is quite important, and there's just one solution. It's not like I come in and I'm there and with an arm around the shoulder and talk to them and everything is fine. It's more like hard work is always a solution. So with hard work to gain fitness, to make sure that you gain confidence, with hard work in training, and obviously with also many discussions and spoke about several things, but not like in a way that I try to play some psychological games. I think it's also important to be always unbelievably honest, and sometimes even with brutal honesty, and in order to speak, okay, this is the areas we have to improve, but on the other side, then also to give them trust and also some backing, because we must not forget these are still unbelievably young players. So it's more like in normal life we would label them that just a bit 1 or 2 years older than just teenagers anyhow, and we have to keep in mind that there are no robots, and they are still on the way to develop their personality. And I think to have both in mind, to be honest and to make them work unbelievably hard, and also to speak pretty honest about the areas where they need and have to improve, but then also to give them some backing when it's necessary, and to be there for them and to protect them. I think this is the right solution in order to bring them on the top level.
It's been quite a long time since Leeds fans really enjoyed their football, and I would presume it might be the same for some of the players too. How important is it to you that the football you play is entertaining, as it was at Millwall, and how important is it for players to play a style that they enjoy?
Yes, I think at least it's my attitude. It's a sense how this game should be played, because there's no right or wrong in football. It's everything's allowed, and you can be successful with attacking football. You can be successful with parking the bus and trying to be pragmatic and hope for a 3-time deflected strike. Anyhow, it's more like important that you choose your way, and you're not like a flag in the wind. After a setback, you change everything, and then after another setback, you change everything in the other direction. I think it's important. You have to choose for which kind of football you want to stand. And I think for me, it's always about, come on, keep in mind why we once started to play football. It's not like we started to play football because the opponent has got the ball, because we want to be there with perfect distances and just shift anyhow and be absolutely compact and park the bus. No, we want to have the ball. This is why we all once started. And we must also not forget, football is for the supporters, for the fans. So this is why we play this game. So sometimes we forget this with all this business thoughts and all this money. It's also, I'm not naive. I know that this is quite important, but also the most important value and the most important topic in football are our supporters, and we play for them, and we need to entertain them, because if they don't show up for the games because they're not entertained, and it's not good fun in celebrating, and sometimes also suffering with the team anyhow. We shouldn't play this game anymore. So I think it's important that we play this game in the sense how this game should be played, and this is what we're trying to do. And I think it's also important that the players believe in what we're doing and that the players enjoy in what we're doing, because you sense this not just in football, but also in other jobs. I think we are just the best in ourselves if we enjoy what we are doing. And if it's just a job and we are also not interested to get up and just that, okay, we do the job because we earn money, but we don't enjoy what we're doing, then we can't be there at our best. So we try to create an atmosphere and also principles and patterns and values that we want to stand for, and also a brand of football that everyone enjoys, because obviously there are no pictures on the table. So it's not like figure skating anyhow. You get a mark for beautiful football. That's not the way. It's not like we're just playing anyhow that it looks unbelievable beautiful, but it's more like we are fully convinced that this is also the way we are successful, and with this way we are capable to deliver results. And this is why we choose this brand of football. And yes, but it's also not always the same. Sometimes you have to dig in, like at Millwall. Sometimes you have to show some steel and resilience, and it's not just about scoring goals. It's also about the hard work, and defend really proper, because this belongs also to our football. And this is also, I think, important that you play a style of football that the whole community, the whole area, the whole club, the whole bunch of supporters stands for. Because Leeds, it's not always like, okay, easy football. It's also hard work and commitment and unity and fighting spirit. This is what the area stands for. And yeah, we want to bring all this different skills on the pitch. Yeah, and sometimes it works in a perfect way. Like at Millwall, sometimes we also have to accept that sometimes it's also difficult. It's the nature of the game, but we try to play football and work football also exactly in this manner.
Dan, one of the byproducts of having a large, good quality squad with decreasing injuries is you've got a lot of players now that aren't going to play too much. So will we expect to see you using the under-21s for those players that perhaps can't get in the matchday squad or on the bench and
Yes, definitely, because it's also one of my tasks to make sure that all the players stays in the rhythm and also that they play, because you can't replace games just with training. So sometimes, especially for the young players, it's important, because young players need to be on the pitch and need to have a feeling for the positioning and need to be there. Sometimes with also 90 minutes on under 21, we will definitely use this. It's just important that we use this also in the smart way. For example, on the last game day we've used this for Diago Giabi, but also definitely some other players will have some appearances there. So in a week, when, for example, you have to play 3 games within 6 days, and you have to be aware, okay, there could be injuries, or sometimes a player is not available due to the load. You have to be a bit more careful, but it's more like then we wouldn't use a player, for example, during the week. But if there is a sensible fixture, also we will definitely use this also to give them game time. Yes.
Sam Barron did really well on Sunday when you brought him back into the team. Was it hard to leave Jamie out? How do you explain a decision like that to a player? Do you pull him to one side?
Well, it's part of my job, and the most difficult part probably of the football manager job. You have to disappoint players, because all the players in my squad, and we have nearly 30 players with 4 goalkeepers and more than 20 field players. You have to disappoint more or less 2/3 of the whole squad, because everyone wants to be in the starting lineup. It's unbelievably tough, but I always speak about the value of each and every player, and for me, each and every player and also each and every human being has the same value. And it's, for me, not important if a player plays 90 minutes or 19 minutes or just 19 seconds. So the value is always the same. And sometimes a player who comes in just for 90 seconds, but he is there with a blocked shot, he wins an important duel, he works the ball to the corner flag to bring a tight lead over the line, has the same importance like a player who has played there for 89 minutes, and a player in the rehab who works unbelievably hard to be back in fitness, to put pressure on the players who are in the game day squad, the player who is on the bench, who has lots of quality and works unbelievably hard in training. Make sure that the players on the pitch have to deliver to keep their place, and this is what you need. You need competition, and it was not a decision against Jamie, not at all. It was more like a decision in this game for the experience of Sam Byram, and also we expect Millwall to play with many long balls and also to be a physical aerial threat. And yes, Sam Byram had some advantages also in this terms, but I also explained also the situation also to Jamie, and he had also some problems with his shoulder because he had a knock on his shoulder. And I also explained why I didn't bring him in, because I didn't want to take any risk, because on his positions, sadly we have already 2 injuries with Junior Firpo and Jet Spence. Luke Ayling is also not the youngest anymore. Sam Byram has a history in terms of injuries, so I wanted also to have Jamie then fresh, available also for the upcoming 2 fixtures, and didn't want to take any risk also with the shoulder. So I think each and every game demands different qualities and strength, and in this game we got the feeling, okay, we need also the aerial threat and the experience of Sam and of Luke, for example, in the fullback positions. But I spoke about my rating of Jamie. I really actually love this player, because you can play him on each and every position. He will give his best. Even if I would play him on the goalkeeper position, I think he would be probably there with outstanding saves. And unexpected, he would get some crosses anyhow. So what you wouldn't expect because of his size anyhow. But this is a player who is an unbelievable value for us as a group, because his spirit, he's never too down when he's not playing. He's always there. He's always supporting the team, and we need this unity. We need this mentality that it's more about the team, that it's more about the side, and this is what he lives each every day, and this is why I rate him so much, and he is an unbelievably important player for us.
Thank you. Phil? It seemed pretty obvious on Sunday that there's already a good relationship between you and the crowd. How much does that matter? And how much do you need that in order to be a success at a club like this? Because you clearly had that at Norwich as well.
If I'm honest, I don't think too much about such a topic. I try to work as hard as I can and is possible for me for this club, and try to make the best for this club, because I always rated myself as a club coach. Once I overtake a project, I have to be there, and I have to be there with 100%, and I have to be there with 100% identification for the club. If not, I wouldn't overtake such a task. And I spoke about my appreciation that I'm allowed to work for such a great club with such an unbelievable support and such a size, and I want to do my best in order to make our supporters proud again, and to work unbelievably hard. And for me, the most important topic is that our supporters have a great relationship with our players, because they are younger than me. They need the backing, they need the support. And I'm older. I couldn't even handle sometimes even a bit more difficult moments. So I'm used to this, because I'm working a bit longer for in this business. For me, the most important topic is that our players have already a stage, and also more like the band between our supporters and the players is the most important topic. But if our supporters urges me to do the wave after a game, they deserve that I do this, because they have supported us so much, and then of course they get what they want, because they are priceless. They are our biggest asset and the biggest value, more important than any player, any coach, any sporting director, whoever. So this club is pretty much all about the supporters. And yes, if they value what we're doing at the moment, I like it obviously even more in comparison to when the Rotten Tomatoes are throwing anyhow. So, but even during these times, I would be there and try to be the best for this club, and to be the best possible coach and manager for this club and for my players and for my supporters. But obviously, if you have a good spirit and a good mood within the club and within our group, because our supporters belong to our group anyhow, then it's always a better chance to be successful in this, what we all do. And yes, our supporters are already top class. We as a group, players, coaching staff, coach, and we have to work to be then on the top level in this country. But be sure we're trying our best in order to improve each and every day, in order to be then also on the level where our supporters already are.
You made the point a couple of weeks ago that when you got promoted to Norwich first time, it was a slow start that season in terms of points. When do you think it's important to feel like you settled as a team and that you've got some momentum behind you? What stage of the season do you need to feel that?
I think the key at Norwich, and it was twice, was we were never looking and obsessed with the table. We were never talking too much about promotion. We were not scared of it anyhow, and we also were allowed to speak about it internally, but we were not obsessed with it, and this was also not our topic when we prepared for the games. More like we were praying for 3 points because it would improve our position on the table. We had also this mentality, come on, let the table care for itself. Let's make sure that we deliver performances and we concentrate on each every game exactly what is needed. And then it's more like, we want to run unbelievable run, club records runs with unbelievable point tally, with unbeaten runs. And this was a great feeling. But I think the secret behind was we're not speaking too much about our ambitions or about how good we are, about where we want to be after 46 game days. It was like we were just talking about and concentrating on, okay, where we want to be in 2 or 3 days when the next game is, or like on the next game tomorrow anyhow. And this will also be our target, and the way also I lead this group through this relentless league here at Leeds United, because this is the only way in order to be to make sure that you always show up in the best possible preparation, and we let the table care for itself. We just want to play football in the manner and in the sense once we started to play football, because no one started to play football thinking about, where will we be in the table after 46 games? What would it mean with TV money? Where could we play then in the next season? Anyhow, it was like, no, we want to go out. It's more like us against the others, and it should be us. We want to win the game, and in this manner we play games.
Thank you.
Thank you.